So it's getting tired of me hearing, I've been hearing it for years, all these believers of the faith, right? The Holy Bible, whatever you want to call it, I call it the book. You know, I'm a controversial person, and I like to question and challenge things. So the thing is that everybody's talking about the end of the world, that it's going to end, that this is what happens because we can't stop sinning. But I've been saying it and going through my experience, because everybody goes through experience differently, that this world is never going to end just because you want it to end. And just because you're in a religious belief and you so believe that it's going to happen, just not going to happen. The world is going to end just because you want it to end. It just don't work like that. You know, man was put here for a purpose, to cultivate the land. It's in the scriptures. If you believe in your scriptures, me, I'm different. I have no belief in anything. It doesn't matter what you say, because I'm a firm believer in what I believe, and you're a firm believer in what you believe. But your God is not going to do anything to end this world. The only one who's going to end this world is man himself, because man is wicked. And I don't know if he was born wicked or made wicked, but the fact is that all mankind is wicked, including women. So women are not excluded. So if you don't die, you're going to suffer the consequences of your next fellow man. Because if you don't put a stop to it, that means you're agreeing to him doing these evil, wicked things upon the people that walk this earth, which is you and I and everybody else that breathe in this earth, is going to suffer until the end of days. Right? But we got a lot of people that preach this stuff that into religion. We got these new Israelite camps that's always saying that Antichrist is here and that the world is in one leg, or it's about to finish, that the heaven is going to open. But not to me, nothing is going to happen. The only thing that's going to end this world, if it's a idiot, selfish person just decide to press this nuclear or atomic arsenals that we got here. The world is so advanced that I don't think nobody is willing to destroy the earth just like that, just because they're uptight, sad, and things like that, right? Your God doesn't choose who's right or who's wrong, because he's not involved in our human decisions. You have your own decision to make, whether if you want to live or you want to die, whether you want to prosper or you fall behind. It's all up to the man. People say, "Oh, your life is predestined by God." That is you fail, it was God's choice for you to fail. No, don't give me that bullshit. I thought like that too once, man. But it's all BS, man. God doesn't predestine you to be born and fail and to be miserable in your life. Everybody has a purpose in life. Whether they're gonna make it or not, it's up to them. It's got nothing to do with the revelations of God, right? A revelation is like a vision or course that you've been given a vision of what's gonna happen in the future, and that was gonna happen. So like prophecies, but all that comes in effect. If you believe on it, right? You see something wrong, you're gonna say, "Oh, it was foretold in the prophecies," and everything that goes on, you're gonna try to connect it to a prophecy in the past, or that God sent these prophecies, and that's what you're gonna believe. But God doesn't need a human man to make his decision. If that was true, God would have destroyed this planet a long time ago and cleansed it of all evil doing, right? But if you have an open mind, if you understand how things work. Everybody blames something else. Oh, it was God's will, or it was God destined me to fail, or if God wanted him to die, it was God's choice. You know, it was God knows what's doing. Everybody relates everything that happens to a higher being that God wanted it like that. No, things happen because if you sick, you sick, and if you sick, you should be smart enough to go to a doctor that studied these things. That's why man was here and gave him the will to advance his knowing, his knowledge, to help another person out. But you think that this unlikely being that you believe in is gonna cure you? No. God doesn't distinguish between good and bad. If you're gonna do bad, you do bad. If you're gonna do good, you're gonna do good, right? Because in the beginning of time, Adam and Eve were the first sinners, and He didn't destroy them, right? He let them live, and as they lived in sin already. Because the one disobeyed, and the other one killed, and anybody in his descendants, which it was Cain that killed Abel, he was already born killer because he killed his own brother in jealousy. And the story is that God chose Abel instead of Cain. Instead of give him equal praise, they trying to say that God chose Abel because he did a sacrifice. That means he did a sacrifice of killing, and there was no killing involved. Why did God had to choose Abel's sacrifice that he killed a living thing, right? Because God made all things. He said that everything that he made was good. Why would he choose Abel that he killed something that was already living, made by God? And why would he not choose Cain just because he was a gardener, but he gave him the land so you could cultivate the land, but he didn't choose him? That don't make no sense, because you as a parent, you're not going to choose one child over the other one, praise one and put another one down just because he's not accomplishing something that you don't like. Because, right, like most parents, when they don't achieve things, they want to pressure their kids to do better than them, what they didn't do. But it's wrong, because kids have their own mind and they want to fulfill their own things. So you cannot push to others what you didn't accomplish. It's just not going to work. They're going to rebel. It's never going to work. So anyway, that was my take on that. So if you have anything to say to this, you could put it out there, because I'm a controversial guy and I like, hear people's opinion. But I don't think this Antichrist about this chip and this 666. Listen, if you want to survive, you want to eat, you have to obey the laws of the land. And if you believe in your so-called Bible or Holy Bible, I call it the book, you believe on that because those are choices you make, right? It's a 50-50 chance that you're right and a 50-50 chance that you're wrong. But according to the Bible says, obey that laws of God's and obey the laws of the land. So you have no choice. You either have to obey God's laws and you have to obey the laws of the land. That means if you have to get a credit card with numbers, right? Because they say now, that if you don't have that COVID shot, right, the COVID-19 vaccine, you probably will not get to buy or sell or go to the restaurants or travel unless you show proof of that vaccination card. That means you've been forced by man, not by God, by man, to have a certain document to prove that you have what he wants so that you could go out, travel, eat, feed your kids. Because now they're saying that if you don't have this ID to show that you've been vaccinated, you cannot eat. And in some cases already, you cannot buy. So people are getting panic and things like that, so you don't get the shot. You're not going to eat. So who killed who? Nobody killed you. You killed yourself because you don't want to obey the laws of the land. But that's controversial. That's what happens with people always accepting government rules and mandates, because these governments these days, they change the laws to benefit them, and they always got new laws. It's never equal. It's never benefits for the people. So you got to make a choice whether you want to live or you want to die. So it's up to you what you believe. If you want to die just because you don't want to obey certain rules, that's your choice. But me, I'm going to live. So I have to do whatever I have to do. I have to go against the government. That's what people got to do, right? I'm not telling you to go rebel, but you have to do the right thing to, safeguard yourself and your family and continue on living. So I don't think the world is going to die just like that. The Antichrist is not either up or down. It's the person that walks in front of you, behind you, left and right. It's the same person you look at yourself. That's the person that's creating all the problems. It's got to do nothing with God. Man is the only evil thing living because God did not create anything that is you so believe that he's going to destroy. What would he need man? He created man to make his own choice. He said, be fruitful and multiply. So why would he want to kill something that he created, that he knew it was good? Like he said, right? God seen it was good and he kept on creating. So that's my take on that. So if you know something, you let us know, or write your comments down, or pull out your book and say something. I know because all of your people out there has something to say, and you think that you're right, the other person is wrong. But to me, there's no right and wrong. If you're right, you're right, and you're wrong. Because man make all the choices. There's no entity out there that made choices for man. Man himself is the condemner of his own life. And with that, I let you go.